So we're going to categorize data next, and there's two big things: qualitative versus quantitative. Okay, or sometimes categorical and numerical are also words that are used. Um, and you might say that this is obvious. It's numbers and not numbers, but you're going to see that there's a little bit more nuance than, okay? So watch out for that. So in short, categorical or qualitative data are pieces of information that allow us to classify the objects under investigation into various categories. So, maybe this is the color of my hair, color of a shirt. These are terrible things to come up with. The kind of car you drive, the kind of TV you own, how happy you are with your math videos, something like that. Okay. Whereas quantitative data is our responses that are numerical in nature, and this is very important. It's not just numerical in nature, and meaningful arithmetic calculations can be applied. Okay. So, if we're looking at people on a football team, what are their numbers on their jerseys? That is not quantitative data. Even though the number on my jersey is a number, it's not a number with meaning. It's a number as a descriptor. It's an identifier. A lot of times we will call it an identifying variable for something like that. So be very careful about some things. They'll sneak in there. Ratings, a lot of times, like, oh, rate this from 1 to 5. You'll see all the responses are numbers between 1 and 5, but sometimes, and we will talk about averages, cases like that, but it's still qualitative data in that case. Watch out for that. Anyway, let's look at some of these. Gender, that qualitative or quantitative? Well, it's qualitative. Qualitative. It's hard to type out. And why is it? Because it's not numerical, right? It's a classification. Temperature. Okay, temperature is going to be a number. Can meaningful arithmetic calculations be applied? Yeah. The difference between two temperatures is a very meaningful quantity, right? It's 50 degrees. No, it's 60 degrees. It's 10 degrees warmer. That's a meaningful calculation. Whereas, oh, this guy is number 2. This guy is number 8 on his jersey. The difference between these two players, 6, is not meaningful. Okay, so this is quantitative. Quantitative. Still hard to type. There's numbers. So not only are they numbers, but these are numbers. And we can say things like twice as hot, or let's see, it's 10 degrees warmer today, are meaningful. A number of times a college student works out in a 7-day week. Okay, so we are numbers. So the question is, can we do meaningful arithmetic calculations? Number of times. Yeah, this is quantitative. Quantitative, still hard to type. Again, the answer in part B. I'm a great role model. I'm a great role model for my students. I hope you enjoy that. It's the same reason, right? I worked out 2 more times this week than last week. You can do meaningful arithmetic calculations. Zip code is also a number. The college is 98512. 98512. I used to live in 82901. So the difference between Wyoming and Washington is 10,000 and whatever. No, there is no meaningful arithmetic calculations. We can't, like, you can kind of do it a little bit for distance, but no, this is still qualitative data, right? These numbers don't, they're numbers that describe something. It's not like a quantity. Another way to think about it. Quantitative data. Are we talking about a quantity? Yes, a quantity of temperature makes sense. Yeah, the quantity, or how many times. The quantity of a zip code is very silly. Oh, so these are numbers. Here, let's not make multiple text boxes. These are numbers, but they don't represent a quantity. A location descriptor. Hair color is going to be qualitative. A classification, not numerical. How much would it bother all of you guys if I just left that typo in? I'll fix it. And last but not least, height in inches. That's going to be quantitative. Quantitative. I can't type this word. Quantitative, and it's quantitative because, you know, it's an amount of height. Twice as tall makes sense. He's 10 inches taller than she is, or whatever. You know, so again, the answer in B. Okay, so that's the introduction, qualitative, quantitative, otherwise known as categorical and numerical. Let me know if you have questions.